Hey folks, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Everything's looking okay. I know there's been that huge takeoff from USTC making moves, and it's simply just one of those FOMO events. You can't control these things. You just have to just go with the flow on them and play the situations best as you can. And always remember to take profits wherever and whenever you can. It's so important because those little wins are what keeps you in crypto. So it's looking kind of up, kind of down, but it's looking stable. Normally during events like this, what you're keeping an eye out for is something that is really us coming crashing down through these levels of support on BTC and Ethereum, things like this. So overly, it's actually going really well. So I don't know about you guys, but I've just been watching The Last of Us, really enjoying it. If you're watching The Last of Us, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. I'm really enjoying it in comparison to the games. I know it's a little bit different, but let me know if you're enjoying this. Anyway, we've got the 0% commission raised to a 5% commission, and it's looking like it's unsure how this is going to play out. It's got 4 days until it ends. We're going to be casting our vote later on this evening after a couple more discussions. There's some validators that believe a dynamic commission rate is what we need. So what I'm going to discuss in this video is stuff that we've actually previously discussed here many times before about having these dynamic commission rates, dynamic tax fees, dynamic gas fees, and really starting to work the same way that Ethereum works. Or so Ethereum worked in a different way until I think it was called the London update. After the London update, things changed and it became more dynamic based on usage, and all of it. It takes a lot of different things into account. If the system's busy and it's taking a big load, more blocks are being handled, you're going to see higher gas fees. And that's just the way it has always worked in crypto. It's really good. So the one thing I'm seeing with this is a text proposal. So this means once this ends, somebody has to manually go through and do all of this. A thing to note with this is when you create a validator, you're locked in to your... So there's certain things you're locked into and you're not going to be able to change them. It's kind of like the BEC32 format, which is simply just the beginning of your address saying Terra, and it was changed. Doing those sort of things, they are doable, but they're more complex. And this is where it comes down to only realistically wanting these major changes done by people that we solely trust and that we're paying to do these things, right? Because too many chefs spoil the broth, and we know that 100 people can't drive a car. It's impossible for everybody to want to go to the same place at the same time, driving the same car. It's not going to work. So while I think this is good, I also believe a dynamic commission rate should be assessed and possibly brought on in the future. But I think the bigger aim of this proposal is to really just kind of shut down anybody who believes that they can just slap a 0% commission rate on, not do anything, not contribute, and just simply be there to have a say when they're not really building, they're not really doing it, they're not really contributing to anything, they're just talking. And this is really going to force hands. This is going to force validators to do stuff. We need validators that do things, because otherwise nobody's going to build. There's no incentive to do anything. This could be a step in the right direction. But like I was saying, how do they plan to do all of this? How do they plan to make changes to a system that's unchangeable? There's people that believe that this is... So if you go into the Agora text, that this is in reference to two proposals. I think there should be another proposal coming in the future, which is dropping the maximum commission rate down to 10%. That won't change all nodes' VP. Just because we drop that max commission down to 10% doesn't mean we're simply going to see their VP drop to 10%. People still need to undelegate. They still need to make the jump, the move themselves. It's not as simple as us just going, yeah, let's do that. Now, I don't really believe in a 10% commission rate cap, because there shouldn't really be an issue if we do the correct things. But at the same time, it's just my opinion. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, especially in crypto. Well, anywhere, to be quite honest, right? You should think like what we see is, you know, so many different validators, they vote so quickly, and then you'll see people expect other validators to vote as quickly as they did. And it sometimes it kind of baffles me, because how are they processing this information? What research are they doing into these kind of things to actually understand and assess the situation? Now, another thing we see is it's kind of like baiting a trap. What you'll see is people will allow somebody to do something stupid and kind of bait themselves into it and allow that to play out, instead of kind of addressing it at the beginning and saying, you know, maybe we should go for a dynamic commission rate. But creating a dynamic commission rate is a whole world in itself. This is, you know, you're talking a creation of a whole new module, which specifically is like, so we have like the anti-handler, the burn tax handler, all of those different things. You would need this dynamic fee handler, whatever you wanted to call it. It would need to be some kind of module that can handle this. This is something that we need to look at in the future. The reason being is we need to become as much like other blockchains competing wise as we can, because at the end of the day, other blockchains don't care if Lunar Classic fails. In fact, ones inside the cosmos will possibly look at other blockchains and think, you know, better them than us. And that's when it comes to bite to crunch, and, you know, you really support your thing. So always ensure you know who is really on board and who is not on board. It's becoming more and more apparent. But anyway, I think this is going to be a tight one. The reason being is that there's so many validators that just don't vote, but this really does affect a lot of people. Now, I've seen people saying that this could mess things up for smaller nodes, but I just don't see this happening, because we have smaller nodes that are actually putting in work. They're doing stuff, they're getting things done. From what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, we've not seen any projects. This is another, you know, issue that we have, is you've seen a casino come out of the our kind of area, other than the projects which are the 3 games that are building. We need to ensure at all times that we understand what continuing to have a 0% commission rate system is. It's just bad. It's just really bad. There's no incentives to build it. And we're 9 months into this now. It has to be so obvious to most who's building and who's just creating mischief and drama and all of those kind of things. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Sorry for the little blip there in content, touching grass on the weekend and then just catching up with things in life. Guys, if you like this kind of content, do subscribe, support the channel, help us grow, help us reach more people, and we will catch you in the next one.
By listeners like you. By listeners like you, how we can do the impossible. By listeners like you.